be something where the base builders are then like starting. How can we defend that? How can we bait it maybe? How can we get in the head of our opponents? And another big factor is going to be how the stage is set up. As a player,
this one here, we're gonna have NAVI coming in with the very first attack. And here we go. It looks like we've got some rocket loons. And we have some invis. Ooh, fireballs. Okay, when I did speak with SYNCHRONIC, they wanted some players to come in with fireballs. And this is exactly what we are seeing here today. And let's see if Gaku does not get trapped for anything.
And remember, if you're thinking about doing those strategies as well at home, he is going to bring 2 earthquakes because he has to bring that. The equipments are capped. Common equipments on level 15, the epic ones on level 21, which means with the fireball, you have to bring 2 earthquakes to take down those key defenses, which he has done nice in the beginning. And he's really trying to have a surgical approach with his heroes. The warden's charging, the queen is opening from the top side, and then he's going to see where he can support with those rocket leads.
Yeah, as that warden's going to continue his way to the left, the queen is taking her time up to the top side. Baby Dragon now joining in with the warden to help try to set that funnel to push him into that multi-target inferno. Finds a sinking air mine, so now trying to play some rocket loons to test for some traps as the flame flinger is still looking fantastic while the king is going to tank that ground expo.
Yeah, and take a look at that. The king really nicely timed, as you said. The rocket spear with the Royal Champion now coming from the top to take down that Inferno Tower. There are some Tesla which are going to delay that Royal Champion. A skeleton trap to delay things even further. And now the Royal Champion has to fight for her life. She has to somehow take to the monolith. That would be amazing. But the Phoenix is going to allow exactly that.
Yeah, I love the Phoenix onto the Royal Champion, be able to come back to life, get that value as the king pops the Earthquake Boots and barely opens the wall there. So the queen, if she can keep her ability intact, but the Ricochet Cannon is going to hit this queen and force an early ability.
Oh, he has to really work now that the tunnel is going to go down because that is a long way for the rocket tools. Everything is coming down to the queen, but looks like that the tunnel should go down, no problem whatsoever. And the Flameflinger Carbon is still alive.
Yeah, that Flame Flinger's about to open up pretty soon. Healer's now flying across to that warden. He's staying on his own. Rocket Loons now all coming down at the same time into the Eagle, dropping some skeleton spells because we have air expos on the bottom side. Gaku is celebrating and a fantastic 3-star to start.
That was an incredible attack, and as well something we see now. The attacks are going to be more controlled. I feel like especially the first one are not going to be impacted by time whatsoever. It's all about getting those early 3-stars, putting up the pressure on the other team, especially if that
experience pays off. Gaku and Klaus are actually the only 2 players who have been to the World Championship 6 years in a row. And something also many fans may not realize is that Klaus, he wasn't actually part of the original team that qualified for that golden ticket back in 2019. He came in
to see the same approach from Simon or something completely different.
Simon is looking to kick this one off here for SYNCHRONIC. And
it is just so different attacking on stage, and we have a lot of young players on this roster, a lot of players who might do this for the first time, and we have the experience on the other side. You said how important that can be. We're seeing a different approach. We see the Electro Titans combined with the Super Barbarians, some healers as well, but we see what is really interesting, the Angry Jelly on that Archer Queen. What do you make of that?
Yeah, an Angry Jelly on that queen means that she will go target defense to defense first, with that golem out in front to help try to protect her so she can charge her way deep into this base. But it looks like she may get pulled to the Wizard Tower first as a wall break is going to continue its way as the Grand Warden is down with the king, and a few Ice Golems have been lured out of the defense of Clan Castle.
Using now the Super Baron behind the queen because remember, she did not funnel that part of the base because she's only taking those defenses and he's going straight into the town hall. With the right tower on the back end, there's going to be so much damage, but going through the town hall means that you're forcing that warden ability early. The Valkyries from the Siege Barracks are going to reinforce now this main push into the base. This is going to be a heavy push going further because the tunnel just exploded. Take a look at that, Carbon.
Look at the Valkyries that came out of the Siege Barracks, were able to help assist, and there's the Earthquake Boots of the King to completely open up the core of this base as the Queen ability is now utilized and still has the RC ability as he continues this push. And look at the Valks, they just won't die, they keep getting value.
They keep getting value, keep spinning with the Eagle on the back end. That's a really surprising approach going to the Town Hall. He just did not care about that whatsoever. The Queens at this point is 3 Archer Queens non-stop going for different buildings. Now she They're doing what they can do best, going for walls, but this is going to be the first 3-star for SYNCHRONIC. And the crowd is loving it.
Loving it indeed. Simon coming in with the pressure. I saw him walking around backstage. He was all by himself. He was nervous, taking it all in. And I talked to him. I was like, Simon, just take a deep breath. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he took advantage.
Such a relief for the rest of the team as well, because it is not just pressure off the player, it is pressure.
It'd be perfect for like 15-14, a very high scoring wars. So now the next attacker there, we're gonna have Yada. He's gonna attack next, and many of these players.
And he is one of the players who is still perfect on the hard mode 2. Let's call it that, hard mode 2, because it was adjusted. And we're going to see Super Witches. Such a powerful strategy. He's going to bring the healers in this one with quite a few additional troops to support his main push. He has as well one droid, which he can add into the mix as well if he's encountering a lot of damage at one point. But as well, doing that one ward for quite some time, which is the power of the healers, that you can do exactly that to get the fireball a little bit deeper into the base.
And another reason why Yada has been so strong is because he really comes in towards the end. So him attacking in the second position is kind of not normal. He usually kind of has come in the fourth position a lot. So let's see what he can do, since his attacks were on the slower end, and Super Witches, they can be on the slower end as well. But your first focus is getting that 3-star, as the Queen was now placed to the far left side, setting up the funnel. We have Super Witches, and typically we're going to see the King paired in with them. So when you pop a King ability, it can get so much value.
And that wall break barely worked. I mean, that was so close. He's now using another one to get further inside. He has to reset the Expo because that Expo was locked onto the Archer Queen, and he did not want to use the ability that early just yet. And he's slowly making his way towards the core. And remember, he has to delay that Barbarian King for the Earthquake Boots, because that has to open towards the Town Hall. And the Monolith!
With that freeze to help stop the damage onto his King, as the Queen, she comes back around, so she can actually join into the core of the space now, as the Warden ability has gone off. But these Ice Golems are going to slow him down tremendously, as he has to keep this King ability left so it can open up the backside. It looks like it's forced there, and it does not open up into the Town Hall.
Oh no, and take a look at that. At the Archer Queen building on the defensive side, there is an opening, which means all of the troops might now walk around the Town Hall. He's trying to reinforce at the top side with the Royal Champion to push his troops into that Town Hall direction. But this is a problem for him. The troops avoiding the Town Hall for now. The Royal Champion trying her best to push them back.
The Super Minions got the enemy Queen to the bottom side. He needs to get this Town Hall, as the Royal Champion still has her ability. There was a Rocket Spear in there. Has the Sinking Shield skip across, so this Rocket Spear could be clutch, but it has to get a few shots off on the defending King. So those shots were wasted, as a few now are locking on the Town Hall. Hopefully she can take it out, and pairs in a freeze, and yes! The Town Hall goes down!
But the tech is still having to 3-star. That's the name of the game right now for those teams, and he's struggling with that Town Hall poison. It's slowing him down so much. Only 30 seconds left, Corbin.
Oh man, the multi is still up, but the Phoenix is trying its best to take that down. Only 23 seconds remaining, as the Queen's already burned her ability. One super wall breaker left, and SYNCHRONIC, all they were hoping for is to get one defense, and it looks like the one defense is coming against the player who has been perfect in hard mode. Wow, unfortunately for Yada, not able to deliver. That was the second attack from NAVI, and it's gonna be pretty much a time fail there.
It is indeed. The core was left standing. The multi-infernal tower stayed alive. The remaining defenses were not down in time. And really, the Earthquake Boots are so powerful. The King
things down made a huge difference from the defensive clan castle. So a 94% there for Yada, but it's not over. So for the arena, look really close at their hands. They may be shaking because they're waiting for a green light to pop up in front of them. So that tells them when they're ready to attack. And SYNCHRONIC is looking to bring a second triple here. And we have Mark. He's coming in with some Super Barbarians. We don't have a Fireball here, a handful of healers, and starting off with that Siege Barracks off to the left side. We have an Ice Golem out in front of that Queen to the bottom, wall breaking open into the Monolith, so we can get the value, continue to push this way through, but look at that Town Hall on the complete opposite side of this base.
That's right, complete opposite side indeed, and they're going in with the same approach as the one which they just did in the first attack. They just switched around some pets, for example, no Angry Jelly on this one, and interestingly enough, they're using the Yak on the Warden to make sure that they don't have the same problem which just Yatta had. They're not going to be stuck on any walls because that Yak is going to help quite a bit. That pet's going to push through anything right there in the core, and now the Rage Towers are unloaded. Like, so much damage right there, Colin.
A lot of damage, and I counted 3 Ice Golems, so that's going to be 3 defensive freeze spells essentially going off, slowing him down as he needs to continue his way through to the Town Hall, and I think there is just one little wall opening leading to the Town Hall over there next to that single target Inferno, as he does invest that invis for the Royal Champ, as their ability did go up, does take out the Ground Expo, but now he's making his way towards this Town Hall as a Queen. She's pathing away all the way around. It's looking pretty good as long as this Town Hall go down, and it does!
Look at that. The Titans just don't go down. We have all 3 Electro Titans still alive. They're just so tanky. And he's protecting those healers at all costs with the one together. They just cannot go down. And this seems to be the name of the game for Synchronic so far. They have prepared this strategy to really use it on those bases with small adjustments.
Yeah.
And it worked wonders so far for them.
Fantastic job there. They are looking good. They were the first team to get a golden ticket, so many people may thought, well, hey, have you just been so long? Maybe you're not prepared for it because it's relaxing, being able to be on a vacation, do whatever they like, and then come back and focus on Clash. But to be honest,
preparation is just so incredibly important for those teams, and it feels like so far for Synchronic, it is really paying off. And this is now the moment for NAVI. He has to make sure that he's delivering now. Even though his hit rate might have dropped, it comes down to those clutch moments for those players. They have to show up for their team if they need him the most. And well, it is going to be another Rocket Loon attack. We all knew already, this is something which NAVI likes to do, the crazy fireball attacks. He is bringing a recall and 5 invis with 4 earthquakes, which means he's going for the Town Hall Carbon.
This is the attacker they definitely were trying to target here when building their base. So let's take a look at where he wants to place this Grand Warden, because of course they do a lot of testing as we see a Royal Champion with an Earthquake to the outside, pairing in the Rocket Spear, so he can take down the multi-archer tower, and then is he going to recall one of these, either the Queen or the RC here? Let's see. And oh, look at that, can snipe the Eagle just like that and recalls her.
Wow, that was just a genius play right there, because if he's going to deploy that Warden on the bottom left side now, he can easily get the fireball into that core, and with quite a few earthquakes, he should deal a lot of damage to this base.
Look at the funneling he has set so far. So if he can grab that Town Hall with a fireball, there it is, Earthquake, Earthquake. We have the invis, Warden fireball, and hits it all! What a value from Kazuma!
That was incredible. The entire core is gone with this fireball, and now he has to make sure that he's getting the Town Hall as well. There is no Bitter Hunt though anymore, which could repair it.
Wow, incredible job right there. Now the Rocket Loons are going to continue around, still S13. Remember, he has the recalled RC. He can send her into the Town Hall since there it is, and he does exactly that. So she will come back to life with the Phoenix and help secure it.
That's right, first shot, second shot, and this means the Town Hall is going down. The second star is secure, and now his heroes with the Super Minions, with 10 more Rocket Loons remaining, should be able to overpower this base. The Super Minions are getting the first couple of defenses down, the air defense going down, and the Rocket Loons are coming in to finish things off.
Incredible attack. Even though Synchronic was trying to specifically target him, they wanted him to do a fireball. I don't think they thought of that plan against the base. That was so nice. And this is hard mode nonetheless, right?
That one looked so incredible. Just the multiple steps of, hey, okay, I will use the Royal Champion, I will use the Archer Queen to reach
3 stars. We take a look at time, but at this point, time most likely won't matter since more of the base. And next attacker is gonna be Philip. And when I asked him if he wasn't a Clash of Clans pro, what would he be? Well, he said Philip had plenty of time for preparation this year, getting the very first golden ticket. Last year, he qualified with his team in the last chance qualifiers. So it was a completely different experience, but he's learned a lot from it. And he's gonna take that into this attack here, as it's gonna be Electro Titans with that queen to the far left side, gonna push into this town hall, as we do have some Electro Titans right in the middle of where the queen and the siege barracks have been deployed. So he can continue his path right on through into the core, as he does lure out some of this clan castle now.
Yeah, he's slowly making its way into that town hall compartment, and with a main push then to the far right side to make sure that he's avoiding that town hall explosion. The queen turned invisible, should take down the town hall no problem whatsoever, especially raged up with those healers. The clones and the queen itself should stay alive for quite some time. The warden ability keeps everything in the core alive, but he has to make sure that he's doing somehow a protection work off that single front tower.
Yeah, as that Monolith also is getting distracted by a skeleton spell. There's the King's Earthquake Boots and the Spiky Ball, opening up a ton of value in the core, as Velks have now joined in the fight from the Siege Barracks. Continue around. He's nodding his head. He's kind of liking it so far. Royal Champion still has her ability, making his way to the backside with 5 Super Barbarians left. You hear the crowd, and it is looking good for Philip.
It is looking good indeed, and it really looks like that strategy is just so really good for them. I mean, the combination of, I don't know, just the support of the Electro Titans in the core with those Super Barbarians on the outside, it is not just consistent, but I think the attacks so far were pretty quick. I mean, even in like normal mode, you would consider those attacks not really the slowest, and this is just really impressive how they came up with this approach, and it seems to be, they just force it on every single base with this.
Not only are they amazing on the offensive side, also the defensive side. They've built over 100 bases to come in with the golden ticket. But of course, the next attacker is going to be a fan favorite. We've got Stars ready to...
Will he bring his Lalo? That is the big question in the mind of many right now. And it is going to be. We're going to witnessing the Stars Lalo. One of the few players who's just so incredibly consistent. One of the players who just makes this strategy look like magic sometimes. And the question now is, can he get the value with his heroes he would like to get? It's 6 lightnings to make sure that he can take down one of those little islands in the core of the base. And the Rage Tower already is gone.
He does grab that, and look at this King. He can continue his push into the section, while the Queen, she charges into that Eagle artillery. And maybe, well, I was going to say maybe uses the Warden with the RC, but I did notice that he didn't have the Hog Puppet. Typically, when you send the Warden with the RC in a Lalo attack like this, you use your Warden ability to protect all the Hogs that spawn from the RC. But he's not doing that in this situation, so maybe the Warden goes air, because it is also an Electro Owl on him.
Yeah, and he's trying to take down the air defense right now, while the Phoenix is tanking with a couple of runes, so trying to make as good use of those hero pets as possible. The air defense is going down indeed, but the Queen is slowly approaching that multi-phone tower. If he could take that out, that would be massive for him, because splash damage always is not the greatest for Lalo.
And here we go with that Warden. Let's see if we have a Blimp going to pair in with that Warden Internal Tome. Some Headhunters to run for the defensive heroes. The RC ability is used to the very top side, and indeed, we're going to see a Warden ability protect not only the balloons, protect the Lava Hound, protect the Blimp, everything as it splits off from the Grand Warden, and he's looking to get all this value as he indeed invests that Rage spell.
And he's going in with the Yeti Blimp, which means we have some Ice Golems getting lured out. Obviously, they're not going to attack those balloons, but they can delay things quite a bit. Another Hound with more lunar reinforcement from the right side. And now everything is coming down to this defending Archer Queen, but she's kind of struggling to keep up with it.
Yeah, the defending Queen is picking these balloons off one by one, so he's got to free. Sends in the Headhunters. He doesn't have a skeleton spell to deal with the enemy Queen, so the Headhunters with a perfect freeze takes her down, so these balloons can fly through, and it's gonna be a 3, a star for Stars.
And it is just so incredible seeing him, how he deploys, how he reinforces those balloons, not trying to have too big group of, like, the groups getting too big, because this means splash damage, scatter shot. Red mines, for example, would be too big of a factor. No, instead, he's really only sending those 2 to 3 balloons on each defense, knowing how many he needs to really
for the Lalo portion, for the balloons. But at this stage, and what Stars does, he can come in at every single different side, just like this. as now it's turn for Einstein. He's actually the youngest player for SYNCHRONIC, and he's ready. And Einstein is ready. He's taking a deep breath. Sure, it's nervous here as his attack is unfolding. You do have that 30-second window right before your attack officially starts, since it is a 3 minutes counting down. Back in the previous meta, when the golden tickets were being earned, these attacks were tripling in around 60 seconds. But now that's completely changed with hard mode. It's gotten incredibly different from when they qualified. But let's see now as Super Barbarians are coming in. And again, we're going to see now Electro Titans. They are coming in with similar attack strategies across the board.
Yeah, really, again, only a couple of adjustments. Having the main push with the Electro Titans and then bringing this time around Ice Golems instead of the Golem itself. I would assume because we have single Inferno Towers, which tend to be quite effective versus high hit point troops, and the Ice Golems are a little bit more than effective and countering exactly that. We have the main push in the core. The king, though, has to get close enough to open up the compartment towards the town hall.
And notice the way he's doing this attack. He's breaking it down. First, use an early warden ability to help protect the king so that the earthquake boots can open up the layer leading into the town hall. And now we have the super minions coming out of the siege barracks, joining in with the Royal Champ as there was skeleton spells being deployed, and then the super barbarian's going to come around the backside of this base as everything is coming together.
Everything is coming together indeed, because the town hall is already gone. The Royal Champion, in combination with some supportive Super Barbarians and some as well Super Minions on the outside. The Druids are joining up there as well. He still has even the Archer Queen ability right now, Corbin.
Wow, the Queen ability still intact. We do have an Invis that is now used on the Royal Champ. Can she stay alive as this Tesla farm is picking her off? No Phoenix on her. Hang on here as he continues into this with the Queen ability, one super wall breaker. So he can open up the wall leading into the multi, and the Queen, she's going to reach over, grab the Builder Hut, but we still have a full health Barbarian King left.
Oh, that is going to be close. The Archer Queen going really close. There's the Healer Puppet in combination with the Mirror equipment. The Barbarian King. Where's the attack? No, the Giant Bomb actually took down in the Spring Trap. Are you kidding me? Those traps might have changed the attack, but can the Magic Mirror actually take it down?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Tornado Trap as well.
There you go, and he gets the 3-star. That was close. A deep breath there, and Einstein delivers, keeping the 3 stars rolling in against the team like
close. The Giant Bomb into the Spring Trap, into like the Tornado Trap.
Is going to be the one and only Klaus. And I asked their team, is there anything that the fans don't know about you guys that would be very interesting to share here?
Can Klaus get it done without the help of his team? Or, I mean, we see, I think right now Star is looking over, seeing, okay, is that the right army? Is Klaus maybe going a bit crazy again with the creativity? But it seems like it's going to be a Lalo. So it's understandable that Star Wars was as well taking a look at that strategy, at that army composition. But we have, again, a really, really interesting opening, because we have no lightnings.
Okay, it's going to be sending these heroes diving into the core of this base, as it looks like the king is being placed into the multi to run there. They did have, if I noticed, the spiky ball, so maybe he tries to pair in a spiky ball to get some incredible value here, as a queen is following behind this ice golem, leading into the defending queen, and there's the earthquake boots. Spiky ball flies across the outside as the Royal Champ is now coming in right behind him, and as he invests the rage spell for her.
I could see that he's combining the Earthquake with the Royal Champ exactly like that, because this means the Spear is taking like few less shots versus every single defense, which means that you're saving those important shots and you can then take down more buildings overall. This is why he brought this Earthquake, making sure that he gets few more shots off to get more value. And it feels like half of the base is already gone at this point.
And that was a brilliant free spell that he used so that the Ice Golems didn't get lured to the Royal Champion, so that I was able to grab the multi. But he does find a Tornado Trap that is pulling this blimp away from the Town Hall, slowly coming back as the Lalo is continuing up and around towards the Royal Champion. But we still have a Poison spell waiting up there, so he does invest the freeze, but the Poison did get launched.
But how do you counter the Poison Tower? That's right, with the heal spell. Another freeze keeping that queen in place. making sure those Loons having no problems whatsoever to get through those defenses. And take a look at that. He is delivering, getting this incredible value with his heroes. The Lala was clean, even though we had the Train Trap right there. He was wrecking perfectly.
Yeah, Klaus delivering, getting the 3-star there. Now it's going to put the pressure on General X. During the qualifiers, he was always voted the MVP of so many matches. And let's see if he can be that here today.
Which means every win is just so important because those teams have just 2 games. It's just 2 games.
Worry about him. He's been playing Clash with his father for so long since he's been playing the game. But his mother actually played.
He has to deliver, and is he going to do it? Is he going to bring 5 times? Wait, what? That is a different strategy. What is going on here? Maybe the base did not really fit their style, but they're going in with the Lalo as well, with the Zap Lalo to be more specific. And this means they are bringing a Golem. They're bringing the Ice Golem. They want to have a really big hero dive to get as much value as possible with their heroes early on.
As the Lightning gets that initial value here, we have the Golem toward the top side helping tank that King. Queen is being deployed up there as well, followed by Balloons and a Baby Dragon to the top side. We're going to see some wall breakers so the King can go get that multi-archer tower. The Royal Champ has been placed to the far left side so she can get some value, maybe even in multi-target Inferno. The scatter shot looks like they can be taken down by the King as he's going to slowly get pulled in as the Clan Castle now gets lured out.
I'm wondering if he was trying to get towards the tunnel with those Earthquake boots because it was really close. Not getting the tunnel might be a factor of this one, but no, he has the blimp selected, and he's going in from the top right side to send that blimp and combine it with the Warden ability.
There was a lot of seeking air mines right there, so that Hound popped instantly as we find a Tornado Trap and a bunch of red air bombs. Was this perfectly predicted by NAVI to try to potentially stop it, but we're going to have Yetis? Yes, Yetis come out. That's a safe choice for the blimp to help secure this town hall.
But there's still a lot of base left on the back end. A multi-Inferno tower, a scatter shot, multi-archer tower. There is another Hound now. Getting sent in, he has 2 more freezes. He has to make those count now.
And he freezes that scatter, needs these balloons to get into there. A lot of the balloons have got taken down. We do have there's a Diggy moving around with that Queen. The balloons are trying to path their way to the bottom side into the multi. Remember, it doesn't have to be a 3-star since Yada didn't get it, but he's celebrating, he's liking it. He's moving his way through, and General X is gonna get it there for SYNCHRONIC.
What an incredible play, really pushing those troops in, knowing where to use the freezes, where to use the haste to push his Loons to reinforce the main starting portion of the Lalo. And even though there was the Tornado Trap, there were those red mines, but those were missing then on the back end.
It was missing indeed, and congratulations, SYNCHRONIC gets the very first victory here of Superfest. They won't be playing in match 2. They'll come back in match 3. NAVI
is just so important at this stage, and getting that already in the second attack in this matchup, I think it was a huge relief of pressure and like knowing, okay, we just do our thing. We know how to triple as well, so no pressure on us anymore.
It might have been the caster jinx. We talked about Yada being the only player that on NAVI was perfect in the hard mode.